Hi, welcome to Enter the Bunker, where we launch you into thriving. Each week we talk about a different virtue that can be used as a building brick to build your own personal bunkers. We share personal stories, as well as tips and tricks to help you thrive instead of survive. So sit down, relax, and enter the bunker.
Hello, and welcome to Enter the Bunker. This week's building brick is Serenity. My name's Kelly.
And I'm Jonathan.
And we're going to go over the meaning of serenity.
Here we go.
Tranquility of spirit, with trust and faith that all will be well. Peacefulness in the midst of trials. So, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
So when you hear tranquility, what does it mean to you when you first hear that?
Peacefulness, calming, sauna.
Sauna. Okay. Okay, so tranquility. Okay, so serenity is, it's tranquility of spirit, right?
Yeah.
It's serenity. So sometimes you meet people, think about people you meet, and sometimes they can almost be very, we'll say, random. Mm-hmm. In the way that they carry themselves, almost like they're scattered. Do you know what I mean? Like they can't focus on anything. They're immediately, if something happens, they're just thrown off like, oh my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Right. Kind of thing. And it's almost like they just kind of they're almost like think of a ball with a cat just kind of like plays with it. And the world is just like playing with them like a cat with a ball. Yeah. That's someone who doesn't have serenity. Okay. So sometimes it's easier to describe when they don't have it than when you describe having it, right? Yeah. In that case, you can see there's an absence of serenity in their life, because what you need to have is you have to have a sense of trust and faith in the way things go, right? So when things happen in life, you have a sense of serenity to there's a common saying, this too shall pass. Right. Yeah, I've heard that. You've heard it lots of times. And that's a phrase of serenity, right? That's to have the sense of this too shall pass. So I'll move through this with serenity and not let the world bounce me around like a cat with a ball, right? Right. And I think that just being able to have that, it allows you to be able to pass through things without feeling super stressed, right? To not get all wound up by the things that are going on, right? And just sort of be able to stay focused and move through things peacefully without getting tossed around. Yeah. And that's what serenity really is about. Okay. Right. So you get others that don't have serenity, they'll get worked up over things all the time and just flip out, and, or they'll just cry because of not having their way. And there's all these ways that you see it in the world where there's a lack of serenity. But when you have that building brick, when you build that up, where you can be able to have that sense of this too shall pass, and move through life, you become powerful. You become you have a strength, an inner strength that doesn't allow the world to bat you around. Right. Right.
I'm curious for episode 2 of Serenity. So the how-tos, or how to practice it more, because I'm curious how I can implement it in my life more. Okay. All right, let's get into some quotes. Quote 1: serenity comes when you trade expectation for acceptance. Unknown. Quote 2: serenity is not freedom from the storm, but peace amid the storm. This is all coming together with what you're saying now. Yeah. 3: the key to serenity is trusting that the universe has your back. Gabriel Bernstein, author, motivational speaker, and spiritual leader. And 4: boredom is the feeling that everything is a waste of time. Serenity, that nothing is. Thomas Nazza, academic, psychiatrist.
I'd love for someone to correct us on how to pronounce that name. Yeah, I have no idea.
I would love to. I might practice afterwards. Okay, so what quoted are those?
I'm kind of split between the last two. Okay. I like the key to serenity is trusting that the universe has your back. Okay, it's easy to understand that. And that's what it is. Right. It is the sense of, this too shall pass. In the universe, everything's going to work out. Yep. So I'm going to move through this with serenity.
Yeah.
So that's one way of being able to express it. And then I also like boredom is the feeling that everything is a waste of time. Serenity, that nothing is, right? I don't like it when people talk about how they're bored.
Yeah.
You know, it's just like when you say you're bored, it means that it's that feeling of waste of time, right? But when you have serenity, then there's no reason for you to be bored. And I don't experience boredom in my life.
Me either.
So when I hear people say it, it's very foreign to me.
Yeah.
And it somewhat bothers me because I know in this case that means that you lack serenity and you really need to have something in your life that doesn't give you that sense of emptiness.
Right.
Right?
I'm trying to picture like an adult that I've heard recently say that they're bored. I don't think I can picture one, like an adult saying it, but a child all the time. So now I'm even more excited for part 2 of this episode because I'm like, maybe I can implement this into my kids because maybe they don't have serenity.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they don't have their tablet right now. They're bored. We'll work on that too. Which one? I like the serenity is not freedom from the storm, but peace amid the storm. And I just like that one. It's unknown, but I liked it because it really, everything that you had said for the meaning, it like put all of that together for me.
Yeah.
So that one, that's why I liked it. Okay. So everybody has a lot going on, but are you at peace or are you stressed? Serenity is what will allow you to have the inner peace to allow you to thrive during most turbulent times. However, practicing serenity doesn't mean ignoring the things that stress you out. In fact, doing that can rob you of serenity. As the quote says, it's not freedom from the storm, but peace within the storm. Ooh, that was mine. If you ignore the day-to-day stresses in your life, they are still building up. If you aren't able to manage them, eventually they will overcome you. It's equally as important not to let your stress overwhelm you, though. There is a balance and a mindset that is needed. The choice is yours.
There you have it.
There you have it. So, I like how it quoted. It said my quote in here. That's the one I picked. And again, it says, if you ignore the day-to-day stresses in your life, they're still building up. I can vouch for that 100%. Like, you can ignore them all you want, but they're still there. And one of these days, it's all going to come crashing down and you're going to be a total wreck.
Yeah. So it's not necessarily about ignoring them. It's about handling them a certain way.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And being able to do that with serenity, it's just so much more effective.
Yeah.
Compared to,
oh my gosh. Yes.
Again, you get into a big emotional ball and you start to not think rationally and you start to just, again, it's so easy for you to become manipulated in those kind of situations that you just make bad choices. Yeah. And the next thing you know, you're in a different place in your life and you're just like, how'd I get here? Well, you didn't take it with serenity and you allowed the world to bat you around like a cat with a ball. Yeah. And the next thing you know, you're in a place where you're really unhappy. Yeah. So it's better to center yourself, have that sense of the universe got your back. Yeah. Use my quote.
I like that one too.
The universe has got your back.
Yeah.
Move through it with that sense. And then you're less susceptible to being manipulated by others or by the world and being able to get to where you want to be so you can thrive.
Yeah. I feel like you really need to have like a strong sense of everything in order to practice serenity, really. Because like sometimes people just want to give up, but really it's going through situations head on, but with peace. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. Yeah.
It's peace and faith.
Peace and faith. Yeah. Yes. Yes. All right. So check out part 2 for some tips on how to bring the serenity in your life, and we'll see you there.
See you then.
Thank you for listening to Enter the Bunker. Make sure to follow us on Instagram where you can share your story and also look at behind the scenes of how we make our podcast. You can watch the video version of this podcast on YouTube by simply searching Enter the Bunker. Tune in next time as we launch into thriving.